Hi, this is Ellen with On the Loose, and I'm here at the Trump National Golf Course. Today, the Somerset County Business Partnership is hosting the first Friday Friars Luncheon, and they are honored to have a very special guest speaker today, Mr. Steve Forbes. Welcome, Steve.
Good to be here. Thank you.
It is just truly a pleasure, and as I just mentioned to you, I'm so thrilled to meet you. You've been a fan of mine for a long time, and I love what you have to say and what you have to write. So let me ask you about today, what you're here for today, and some of the things you might talk about.
I'm going to talk about, obviously, the economy, given what's happened in the financial crisis, the worst since the Great Depression, how we got to this situation, where we're at. I think we're starting to emerge from it, but there are a couple of things that still have to be done by the Federal Reserve to get this thing jump-started.
Well, that sounds extremely interesting. I can't wait to hear. Do you think some of the things that you propose or that you might talk about, are we on our way, or is the government listening? Do you think we'll get there to help further this along quicker rather than in a slower pace?
I think we'll finally do on the national level things to get our credit system working again, so that credit-worthy borrowers, consumers, small businesses can start to get credit again. We're still not there yet. I think the Federal Reserve and the federal government have to do a few more things to get that happening. And then we've got big issues in front of us. We have health care, taxes, energy, unionization, big issues. And if we do those right, then I think we're going to start to see vigorous growth next year. If we do them wrong, this thing is going to be a long slog. We'll grow, but at a very slow pace.
Now, you have many mediums in which we can listen to what you have to say and follow along, because I want to make sure that I keep in tune with what you're speaking about, and I'm sure that others do. Where are some of the best places that we can go to read about you and what you really are promoting as ways to help the economy?
Well, obviously Forbes magazine, but also people might find it even easier to go to Forbes.com. My material is on there, and now we're getting on Forbes.com upwards of 20 million unique visitors a month. So it's a popular site, a lot of good stuff there, a lot of video there. So it's all purpose, and my stuff is there.
Well, that sounds terrific. And let me ask you just one last question. Do you have any other tips or suggestions for all of us at home in how we can just get through the times that we're going through now so that we can be positive that things will get better?
Well, if you're either young enough and you have money that you don't need in the next year or two, and you can be disciplined enough to put a certain amount into mutual funds, check the fees, make sure they're low fees so you don't get eaten by those. Put in a certain amount in several funds each month, and you'll do just fine. We can go through long periods where this country doesn't get anywhere, the markets are stagnating, and then you roar ahead. When I was growing up, the 1970s were a terrible decade economically. The stock market went down and have rallies, but always trending down. So by 1982, the market was lower than it was 12 years before. But then in the next 20 years, the market went up 15-fold.
Wow,
so if you stick with a certain amount each month, you'll do just fine. Don't let the daily news be your enemy.
All right. Excellent words of advice. So what I'm hearing is patience, a lot of patience. Well, Steve, thank you so much, and I do look forward to hopefully interviewing you again at On the Loose. And just enjoy the day and welcome here, and thank you to everyone for listening. Bye now.